Good afternoon. Okay, I'm going to mention this just real quickly for you that are new. If you will go across the top of the screen, this is what my phone shows me when I go to my page. If you'll scroll over, eventually you'll come to an About slot. If you click that, it will have some more information there. And just invite you to go ahead and do that. Now on to the coloring. So this is from Oceanscape. It was a Michael's coloring book. It's a rather thick one. I got it when it was like 99 cents. Yeah, so I encourage you to watch the sales because whereas they generally don't do a coupon on the book, sometimes they will clearance them out. So I grabbed some at that time. We've been working on a couple of other pages. I want to show you this one turned out. All right, and this one. And I am going to laminate these. They're all going to go on our door when we go on a cruise in a couple weeks. So let me show you how I achieved this look. It's really not hard at all. I'm going to turn sideways and right there. That will keep you basically in shot. Now, a few things. Whenever I'm going to be using this eraser, so whenever I pick it up, I don't want you to think you are stuck with this. Okay? You're not. This just happens to be one that my daughter picked up for me when she was working in South Korea teaching English, and she bought me several refills on it, and I have found that it works good with my coloring books. So, and I'll show you that in a little bit. You can use those cheap pink erasers from Walmart for what I'm going to show you. Doesn't matter. Okay? So first of all, let's start with some of this over here. I came in, and this time I am using my Polychromos. Again, doesn't matter what pencils. This technique will work, I want to say, on all of them. Now, I haven't tried every pencil out there. Obviously, I don't own them all. I would love to be able to purchase some more. That's another reason for that little donation spot over where it said home videos, playlist, blah, 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 and about. But that's just going to be something that happens when it happens. But anyway, so I am using, it's a cobalt turquoise 153 and cobalt green 156. The thing you want to do here is get two colors that you know are going to go well together. And I am picking colors that were used in my other pages so that these all will go together as one. You know, they're cohesive, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to start, and I'll just start with this right through here. I'm just going to pick an area, and I'm going to color this. Now, I do it the same for all the colors, and the ones I picked, they all turn out about the same. I mean, it's the same technique. When I get into the pink, you're going to see for some reason I have a little more problem with my pink. Don't know why. If I knew why, I wouldn't have the problem. But anyway, I'm just going to go in there. I have no light on today, so let me know what y'all think. I literally, my big light that I usually have on and hanging over is off because I'm right in front of the window and it's really bright out today. So I open the curtains. I'm dealing with the glare on my end, but I'm thinking it's better for your end. So you can see I'm getting a little lighter as I come out, and that gives me room for the blend. Now when I say blending, I'm coloring and I'm getting looser and looser here. Then I'm going to come in with the other color and I'm going to get looser and looser until they can overlap and really blend together well and lock. So now that was the lighter of the two. That was 156. Now I'm moving to 153. And I'm still on, yes. I have a horrible glare, but like I said, let me know what you think on your end. I don't generally video earlier in the day like this when it's bright. I'm generally doing it like at night. So see how well that blended though? And again, these are the Polychromos. I don't have to work as hard at blending. I'm going light here. And notice I'm going the direction of the actual stripe. I'm not going up and down this way. Now I can do circles in here and that's fine because they're rounded edges. It'll look okay. But for now, I just want to go ahead and do my lines. I think I may have to stand up to color this. The glare is just that bad for me. But anyway, so I'm coming through here and I'm going to get all this. Now I do go the opposite direction when I'm up at the very top. But when it's all blended, as long as you're blending well, it doesn't matter. But I see so many people that have a really nice page and then they get to that background or something, and I'm just swapped pencils to the lighter one, but they get to that background and all of a sudden it's like they're tired and they just go to scribbling. And it shows, y'all. Now remember, I generally use my lighter color instead of a blending stick. Okay? So now here I go again. I'm going to do the lighter first, and this comes on through, and I know it doesn't match up. You're going to have pages like that with artists. You can try to fix it, or you can just kind of go with the flow. I'm just going with the flow on this one. It's not that big of a deal to me. There are some books that are series, fairy tale series to be specific. And a lot of those, there's a page now and then that has a line missing. I just get a black pen and I fill that line in, and then I leave the book open to dry overnight. Now that's a bit extreme, but I've smeared them before. So I just leave them overnight and don't worry about having to mess with it and try to keep it. Now back to the dark. And see how easily that blends. These again are the Polychromos. They are an oil base, so they are much creamier and they just really blend easily. Then go back this way. And then I'm going to come up here in this tip. Now, my tip is still point enough that I can get it in there. I'm noted for not working with real sharp pencils because every time you sharpen it, you're losing part of the color. So, now see that? I just rolled the pencil. I just roll it from time to time. And it's kind of like when you put that peppermint in your mouth as a kid, that peppermint stick, and you rolled it and you used your tongue and made a point on it. That's what I'm trying to do with this. All right? See how there is a point. It's just not in the middle. It's off-centered to the side. So now I'm going to do my blending. Just making sure that all of that's nice and full of color. And see how much quicker this is going than when I use the Crayolas, the Crayola pencils. It's just a different, it's like a different animal, you know. Now, I do that on all these, but what I want to show you, that blends and has a nice light area, nice dark area. Let's go to my purples. These two purples, I thought, oh, it's a light and a dark. It's going to be fine. Let me show you what happens here. And I'm going to do this big section. What I'm going to do here is probably go back in with glitter gel pens. But over here, I don't want to use that much of a glitter gel pen in that big of an area. So here's my lighter shade. Thank you for asking. I'm using 136 purple violet. I'm just getting that color on. Not worried about streaking right now, just trying to get it covered. But this one we're going to get into technique with the eraser. And get all this colored. Then I'm going to really bear down here in this center section and get rid of the tooth and the white, because I'm going to have this section is my lighter, and then the outside. I know it looks dark, right? On my color swatches, this looked quite a bit lighter than the one I'm going to use. But once I got to using it on the paper, it wasn't enough difference for me, and then, well, hence the eraser came out. All right, so now I'm going in with my other shade. This is Violet 138, and these colors are actually almost the same. I know it's sad. A lot of pencils don't have enough of the purples in them. I was looking at one of my sets the other day and I was like, oh, look at all the purples. And now I don't remember which set that was, but we'll come across it again one of these days and I'll mention it to you. All right, so there we have it. And there's really no light. Eraser. Okay, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to come in the middle section, because that's where I was going light, was in each of these middle sections. Light touch. You can always go harder. You can always take more off. If you take too much off at once, you have to add it all back in. I don't mind adding some back in, but I really don't want to start over. So this is a lot of trial and error. If you have problems with pencil smearing when you brush it, go to the Dollar Tree and get you a blush brush. Yeah, big fluffy thing. Use that to wipe off your pages. Now see, I'm just blending this back in. Just doing some blending here. Going across top and bottom area, ever so lightly. Now, do you see where I have a highlight? That's how I did all of this. Okay, you can do it with anything. Okay, hang on a sec. I'm walking across my room. I'm just going right here to grab a book to show you. Don't give up on me, I'm coming back. All right, here, I want to show you this. I find that this is going to be very helpful to you, I hope. Find the page. So I've been doing this technique for a while. Look at the highlights in his hair. Do you see that? That's eraser. That's not 15 shades of black and gray, y'all. Now, there are several shades in there, but those lightest lights, that's where I took an eraser to the page. So yeah, I hope you find this technique useful. Again, like I said, the pink area is a little harder to do. For some reason, the pinks are not blending as well. All right, so let me flip around here. Are you in screen? Yes. All right, so what I did here was I went ahead and started with my dark and came around all these. So I am using 125. It's middle purple pink. That's what it's called. So I'm taking care of this, getting right up there next to that. And I'm probably going to use a gel pen for all these little half circles, a glitter gel pen. I just think it'll look nicer in the long run, especially if I'm going to have this up on my cruise door for 8 days. I want it to look pretty nice. But yeah, I'll send them all through my laminator because everything has to be laminated before you can put it up on your cruise door. At least that's what I've been told. All right, so then down through this side. And then as I come out, I'm going to go a little bit lighter so that it'll be easier to blend. Okay, so a little bit lighter. And I almost wish I had just kept coming lighter and lighter and not used a second color. So that's another option, but because I did it here, I've got to do it up here. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with this lighter color and use it to blend. Yeah, like I said, I really wish, and this is a live and learn, that I had just used the one color, but I'm not into erasing all these others when I just have the two left. All right, then I'm going to come back in, and that lighter was 128, the light purple pink. Now I'm back to my 125 middle purple pink, deepening this up. And there's just no easy way, but I want you to see that even when I mess up, which I do, there are ways to fix it. So then I came and took my eraser to it, and there it's starting to look lighter. And then I'm going to come back in with the darker of the two colors, and I'm just going to kind of fill that in. And then I'm going to come in with the lighter of the two colors and put that over the top. Okay, and then I would continue to work with that back and forth. In fact, needs more of the lighter, and eventually I do wear all the tooth down in the page and it gets to be the color I want. Now back to the darker, and I know it's like, well, if you're going to erase again, why'd you bother putting all the color in? Each time you erase and go back, you're taking some of the tooth and the white out of the page. Now my eraser again, and then also you're adding layers. Even though you're taking it off, that paper is a little more stained with that color each time. So you can see now I'm happy with that layer. That's better. Okay, then for these middle sections, I am using magenta 133 and fuchsia 123. Is that right? Yes. So the lighter of the two, I'm going through here, and this is much easier to do. But yeah, I think what I should have done on this was just do the dark outside and get lighter and lighter with that dark, and just not used a second color. I think that probably would have worked out fine. Now I'm going to come in with the darker of the two, getting lighter and lighter touch as I come in. See how that just blended though? Such an easy blend with these pencils. Again, I really like these, and I really like my Marco Renoirs. I have to work a little bit harder with the Prismacolors, but they're pretty good. And I have to work a little bit more with Crayola and the Marco Raffines. All right, taking my pencil or my eraser again, And I'm going to go right through the center area. I'm getting a highlight on it. I'm trying to stay right in the middle and not do the edges. And with that, one pass through and I've got what I'm after. Okay. The green that I used, I'm doing 167 permanent green olive. I do it around all the circles. And then this, can you tell how much I like it? It's short. Is May green number 170. And that's what I'm going to use for this middle section. So again, I would do down through the middle first. I know I'm not staying real neat. I'm going to have to erase that. I just went into this. I'm trying to get done before the camera cuts off. It likes to cut off when I hit 30 minutes. And I know I'm only at 21, but you'd be surprised with my talking how quickly we get there. So now this is the permanent green olive 167. And I'm just going to pull it down in there. But you can see once again, that's a blend. Same thing here, going up. There's a blend. The pencil once again, actually the pencil eraser, right through the middle. And I'm done. Okay, so it's the same thing on all the rest of these colors. Okay, I don't know if you're interested to know what other colors I used. I told you the pinks, the green. I don't think I told you the other blues. These blues, if you're using these pencils, light phthalo blue number 145, bluish turquoise 149. And what I do is I go through my ring. Remember I have, pick up my book where all the colors are. I have these rings attached to the bottoms of all my books. And it's got all my color swatches. And the color swatch that I do it from dark to light with reference number and name. So now if I could just keep them in the right order when I put them back in the book. All right, this is mauve 279 and blue violet 137, and that's the two purples here. Let's see, so we did the blue, the purple, we did this, we've done the greens, that's it. So like I said, when I come back in then to finish, and generally I do all my gel pen at the end. I know several people are like, how do you keep from smearing gel pen? As a general rule, or not really a rule, but just a general happening, I don't smear gel pens. I think it's because of the way I work it. I'm going to work inside out. Does that make sense? So, and I think I'm going to wait and hold all this out for brown, yellow, and yellow ochre colors so that it's more earthy again, okay? But so I would start in the center and do all these, work my way out. And then I would turn the page clockwise, yeah, and work on the next section, because that will keep my hand, no, I would go counterclockwise, because it would keep my hand out of anything wet. So that means after I finish all of this, I would turn the page this way. You see what I'm saying? The wet part's automatically over there. My hand is over here. I'm not smearing anything. So then I would go on to my next color. This is a Crafty Croc gel pen. This one is by Smooth. I just have a bunch of gel pens thrown in a container together, and what happens is I only keep my glitter gel pens. I throw all the others on a garage sale site and get rid of them because I don't like them. I just like the glitter ones. And I have friends that don't like the glitter. You know, not local friends, or we just swap. But so it just depends on what you like. But see, I'm going to work all the way to the outside. And I would do this part too, work all the way to the end and then turn. And it puts the wet part over here. Everything is dry and I can start the next part. Does that make sense? Okay, so I hope that's all helpful. I am trying to get back to posting at least once a month. No, once a week for y'all. Sometimes twice. The second week in September, you may see that I'm missing. It's because I will be on a cruise. So, but I will get back with you when I get back. So, anyway, that's all I know for now. I just wanted to jump in and show you this real quick. Have a good one, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.